you telling me, I want to have a song that's kind of, I think it was Landslide was your reference for me. And so I thought on that a lot. And I thought, what are some really big, just nature type of ideas that we haven't written yet for this record, and that's where the title Ocean came from. I wrote with you, Tommy, back when I was in my early days of Gloriana, and I remember being just knowing what an amazing songwriter you are, and I think I just remember being really scared and wanting to live up to what my expectations of myself were at that point in my life. I love being in the room with you. And, Davis and I, obviously, we have our thing and we know what we're kind of going into because we already had, the bones of what we were doing. So it's just nice to bring other fresh people into it, to bring their perspective and their spin on it and their take on it. So yeah, we're very, very much a big part of the vibe of what Ocean became.
When I walked in and then we started, talking ideas and stuff, I knew that most of the ideas I had weren't going to work because I knew this was a really personal record for you, And I realized in about the first 15 minutes in the room what my role was going to be, was to be, you two were simpatico, which is not always the case with an artist and a producer. But I feel like you guys had such a vision together, it made my job easy. I think we were just trying to do something that was right for you, telling your story that you guys both loved. And I feel like that song, the lyrics and melody matched with the production is such a perfect marriage.
Thinking back on this song, I feel like we were definitely after the first batch of songs that we had recorded. So we knew the identity of what it was, and it was now kind of this process of finding what would be good on a record. I knew that we needed to have a vastness, right? Something that was, and it was a little bit self-indulgent because I really wanted something that just felt kind of jammy all the way through. Tommy, you and I had been writing for pretty regularly for about 6 months or more, maybe even a year at that point. And I was like, oh, this is great. Tommy is such a concise songwriter. Your economy of words is so amazing, and your pop sensibilities and understanding. Every time we wrote, it was always man, I think it just is this, and it would just be a simple line that just was so impactful. So I feel like that was such a perfect.
I'm a very simple person. To me, Ocean's kind of about a love journey, and it's like a really romantic song, And there's just something just kind of languid about it that I really love. It's beautiful, and I think that's kind of refreshing. When you just go for beautiful, that's kind of cool. We don't always get to do that.
I think also what's so awesome about this song, and I think this is so much to your credit, Davis, when you listen to this song, you feel like you're out on the ocean. And just talking about what you said, Tommy, it's a song about a journey of love. And to me, ultimately, it's about riding out all of the high tides and the low tides, and comparing your relationship to something that is so vast and so deep, and having this relationship that can make it through all of those different phases, and will be through all of the ever-changing moments. It'll still just be there and be constant. And I think that just sort of fell out on its own. It wasn't something we decided when we started the song. It just kind of evolved into that.
Yeah, I guess it's that big pad that kind of carries the song that definitely puts me up at San Obispo or something up the road, where it's just on a pier, overlooking this thing and just going, whoa, I can feel the breeze on that.
And when you have a powerful relationship and a powerful love, it is almost like when you're staring out at the ocean, you just feel like there's just this infinite thing that you can't explain, right?
It's equal parts beautiful and overwhelming.
Mm-hmm.
You know, kind of
Yeah,
intimidating.
it's humbling.
The line of I will sway for years with you into the blue. I mean, that's what inspired the album title. And it just was so interesting that there were so many themes of the color blue throughout this record, but that one feeling the strongest to me about, you know, not looking at it. I mean, as some people associate the color blue with being sad, but to me, it's a happy color. And when I think about blue, I think about the ocean, and I think about, you know, reflection, and I think about truth, and I think about, you know, all these things that the color blue actually represents. It made perfect sense to pull that line and make that the title of this album. I don't remember who it was that came up with that line. I don't think it was me. But,
That sounds like Tommy to me. That sounds like we got there and into the line, like probably fell out, and then we probably overthought it, and then Tommy was like, man, I just think that's like it. That's what I'm talking about with Tommy. Like, he just knows when that's like the right thing.
I have the worst memory. I don't know, like, I don't remember any of that stuff. I just remember it being amazing and fun. And, you know, I felt like it was a total collective effort, and it just felt like we were on the same page.
I mean, there's so much to be said about, like, for people who don't do writing sessions or don't know too much about what goes into it. I mean, for me, it's going to be a different situation every single time, but where you find magic is where you find a true connection with the people that you're in the room with. It's just like this X factor. It's almost like when you go on a date with somebody, you either have the chemistry or you don't. That's where the magic is. That's where you create something special. And I think just with the three of us in the room together, we have something special.